I'm serious. That might have been one of the best games of Dungeons and Dragons I've ever played. I'm just getting started too. This is only my third spooky monster. Man, they locked me up. Something bad. I'm telling you. This was great. I love all this. This turned out pretty good. I'm gonna make some future improvements. I'm specifically this. I love this, and I like my land map or last year my inventory. We're not doing that right now. Now we're actually starting the first quest, which for me happened to be. Let's see where I'm living here. Where are we at? Properties. All right. I just decided to take on the ruins of the old kingdom. Just a site. Not even a quest. Just said hell with it. That sounded pretty cool, and I'm gonna run with it. So that was pretty good, and I like my formatting here too. Especially those other two comparatively to this. I'm trying to run like a 6-line system or a 7-line system. You got when you're doing quarter screens like that or half screens like this, you want to make sure that you leave yourself enough room so it doesn't just click over when you're doing certain things. Because man, it's brutal. But at the same time, I need this to be big enough for me to actually process and read it, which gives you a scale parallax issue. All kinds of fun things you find while you're in here. So those are my quests. I took the time. I really smashed it out, and I turned that out pretty clean because it was just hammering information. Now, one of the things I found was this is how I started the AI, and I ran with it. And what I was trying to do was condense all of this prior information. We're still talking about a pretty comprehensive line. I think I've said it twice already. The first one was like 3/4 of just figuring out the town and doing the rest of it. So now I'm into like that extra quarter of it or whatever where I said twice. I know those words don't make sense. It's not, I know. But here, I can still do this pretty easy. I've gotten so good at screwing it up that I could make this pretty quick. Just slam it down, keep bringing it back around, make the copy, and just drop it. Got to watch finger clicks because sometimes she doesn't like to give it up. And you'll double click and you'll be just running back and forth. So I think that was a lot of fun. Trying to improve that skill. Trying to take this over here, find the cleanest, tightest line. Do that double clicking thing that you got to do to get it right to it, because sometimes it'll do that, especially with these bricks. And I made some mistakes, right? So like this one, this is pretty nasty, but you can't do anything about it. This is another thing. Oh, this is such a killer right here. Oh man, because you'll need this a bunch, and you'll need this a bunch, especially the way you're outlining it like I am. All the subtle details are going to matter. So I want to talk about the AI as well. And again, I'm using, what do we got here? Lambda 3.7 or 3.37. And I love it, but if I could get a handle on that thing and be like, wow, you're pumping too many spooky monsters on top of one another inside of there. But realistically, you just took on a castle out there in the woods. Maybe. Otherwise, every time you stop to take an inventory or something, that thing just turns it over and it just dovetails every single line. And so got to really watch that castle build or how those other functions work, because, well, you just need to. Okay, so you come out of there. Make sure you don't touch anything. Touch nothing. Come back to your inventory or whatever it is. But at any rate, I've been running the line. I got to the Great Hall. We just run this down. Get the pictures in here. That's the front yard. This is what the place is. I just walked into it. You're coming through the building, hit the temple. Maybe you pick the books, maybe you don't. There's a read about finding candles back here. Then you're going to start picking up those candles because you read some diagram that you might need it. And this is just a straight run after you get out of town. And oh man, did I make some mistakes. I put some stuff in there that shouldn't have been in there. And I've been chasing that rabbit all day trying to restructure this. I could have just started over. I did actually have the original front line because I stopped on that third one because I'm like, okay, I'm starting to push it too far. I got the first two pretty good because I had a lot of their pictures, 65-70% of it done. But I could take that all the way back to the start of the mission over there. I wanted to make sure I cleaned it up, made it perfect. Uh, it'll give you the information because, like I said, you're going to be pumped out these lines. You want to make sure that you only do it in here. You're not trying to do anything fancy just yet until you do one of the first monsters. Goodness and light, hit the tiles, do it inside of here. And I hope the floor rises to your feet. Really, some of these beware the shadows because you get a lot of this creep out of place. And for me, well, I had to use it. It's got to come back in here because all the mistakes I made while trying to fix this, or being sure that I save this. That little detail, I didn't want to forget it or lose it. So you keep stuff around you shouldn't. And I've been just grinding that out with Raven. It was which one this one was, and then he gives you a key because you asked the right questions. You didn't fight them. I haven't rolled the d20 once since the start of the game. Not exactly sure how many rolls it's been exactly. You get this, but there's this, and I'm probably not going to use any of it because of the way I just smashed the last one at the mansion with all the inventory. So I'm just trying to walk this line where I'm catching those shadow guys, but I'm still mapping out the castle and the whole entire Grand Lodge, and well, I'll be rebuilding this the ruins of the old kingdom. And it's lodgy, so you get the function of the domain, you get some undeads. For the hidden passages or for the traps, if you want to play those, you don't have to play those things, but if you get it here, well, then it may just allow you to skip it without it kicking in, or you can use it like your quest and decide to do that and hit the treasure, use this as a DM line. For later on other quests you're going to do, because they're all basically that same standard model in this figure 4. So again, like my main page, I'm coming back over. You hit the secret passages. Like I said, you're really being sure to say, hey, when I'm catching one of these curveballs on this straight line passage like that you're going to want to take the left tunnel here to get you to where this girl was, which brings us through into I probably could have put more, but I'm kind of limited on space on how much I needed for her contract inside here to not fight her, right? Because she was a little spooky one. She was supposed to fight you on that one, not but you could talk him right into it. No charisma check, just coming through with the king and stuff. So which one of these you have to pick, and because you can't pick them all at the same time. And we'll come back over. Could have been. I know that was a big, brutal part of trying to figure this out, how exactly I wanted to put it down and do that kind of system. So he's getting the key because he made the deal with her. She wants the books and some of the other information. I've never really taken them out that far to really see if they come back, because I kind of think once they didn't. I beat up a wizard and took their staff and then told them to come find me at the Silver Stag, and they didn't. That was a prior mission. So we're coming through. We're coming back through. Now we're going to the tomb, right? We're going through. If you read it, you have to go through a dungeon, an actual dungeon, to get to the tomb of the king. And we're going that way. We're starting in that direction. Get to the tomb. That's what this like. Old wizard war, king buried, lots of treasure, books. That's pretty much what it wrote out. So that's what you got to do while getting there. I know the other one's got 4, but we're doing this one. I can get there, right? Yeah. So there's my 2. The new king. Damn, see, this thing kills me. Now I wrote in. I decided to leave my quarterstaff, take the circlet, put it on, and we're gonna walk around this kingdom, have a good time, try and take on some wizards and zombies and stuff. But I had to go through to get to her contract, right? I got to hit those 4 places, see if she comes back. And at what means? Do I get to turn it over with the spicier bits with the GPT? Does Gemini do that? I don't know. We're not trying that right now. That's got all kinds of other problems we're working with here. Getting back to it. You're going through there. You got to open it up. I could have done a spell trick. I mean, you're grinding these out all at the same time. And, there's another one in here, and this is where I've locked out right now. I think I'm back online. So this is looking really good throughout the entire set. Catch you on the next one.